Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beyond Second Cognition. I'm Beall. The topic of this discussion is the event failed. Stay tuned for the excuses why. I forecasted that this thing was going to go belly up, like every New Age prognostication about salvation and escapism has gone on for the last 40 years. A lot of people called me the angry man because I called it for what it was. Now, if you can stay tuned to the end of this video, I will educate you about what these energies are really about and what's really going on without all the mystical escapist hype. But before I get to that point in this discussion, I want to apprise you all of this game because it is cosmic in scale and it has nothing to do with God, divine, or escapism. You see, ladies and gentlemen, humanity and all the cosmos has been infected with an infectious mind virus, which we call the Hapim virus. Now, this Hapim mind virus is what you might refer to as the false persona or the ego, what Don Juan referred to as the predator. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, each and every one of you has been infected with this virus. Now, the virus itself has been destroyed, yet we all carry the residuals of the emotional triggers that this virus plugged into us to feed itself by manipulating our human psyche and our human form. There are forces in the cosmos, shall we just call them folks like us, that are working to reverse this tyranny of the virus infection. And what many of you are feeling through your emotional discomfort, your anxiety, is a result of energies produced by these beings seeking to eradicate the virus habits, which are sort of like squeezing the habits out of you like a zit. And every time this energetic field that these agents against cosmic tyranny escalates, it squeezes that ego more and more to where it's going to come to a head, and eventually the zit's going to break. So if you look at the world around you and you see all these people, school shooters and rabid SJWs and Christians beating their breast and Muslims wanting to take over the world, and you wonder why the world situation is so bad, it's because PSOYCA sentients are creating the circumstance to squeeze the ego habits out of you. This, in actuality, is what's causing all of your anxiety. But you see, the tyrants on the other side who have played this virus game, who have collaborated with the virus, the Theosophical Society, the Fabian Society, and most all of your New Age spokespersons out there, are part of the game to hoodwink you and to continue to buy the mystical diatribe of escapism. Because they know that if they can keep you hooked into that stuff, they can control you. Well, here's the news, ladies and gentlemen. These energies are going to continue to escalate periodically. Nobody is going to be out of here, go to a new earth, or transcend to any place off this planet. You came here as a human being to perform a function on this planet as a human being. Now, all of you people looking for your purpose as a PSOYCA sentient is to transcend all this ego programming, recover your consciousness, and help heal the consciousness of humanity by staying on this planet, being human, transcending the virus habits, and setting a new stage for humanity rather than the tyranny that you've been bowing your knee to, thinking it's divine, holy, and sacred. But see, the other side, the tyrants, they know that you're going to buy this divinity crap, this oneness crap, because they've been selling it to humanity for 4,000 years. And if anyone doubts me on this, I just got done writing a 500-page book called Gutting Mysticism that explains every mystical tradition on the planet and where it came from and how it works. Now, if you're too cheap to buy a book to find out the origin of this stuff and you want to continue to wallow in the feel-good nonsense doctrines of those folks peddling this stuff to you, then don't spend the money. Keep believing and keep getting disappointed and keep pinning your hats on high hopes which are never going to happen. Because what these energies are going to do is they're going to squeeze this stuff out whether you like it or not. Now, for the arena that's been peddling all this pap to you, they're already clustering and trying to fabricate the reasons why it didn't fail. And I guarantee you they're going to blame it on Lilu, which, me and some of the folks I work with figured out, a few days ago. So you're already starting to see the blame Lilu thing for their ineptitude. But the fact is they knew it wasn't going to happen to begin with, ladies and gentlemen. So first off, we have the blame Lilu. It was Lilu's fault rather than their fault for peddling false ideologies. And there's so many of these paid talking heads out there in the New Age arena on YouTube. It's going to be very interesting to watch what excuses they start fabricating for why their stupid, fanciful, prophesied event didn't happen. You see, ladies and gentlemen, they know about these energies too. And they're doing everything they can to keep you from utilizing the energies in a pragmatic manner to transcend your ego and shuck their divine escapist ideas. Because as long as you buy their stuff, they control you. And they're not the love and light, well-meaning people you think they are. They're paid provocateurs working for the other side. So all you people thinking you're listening to the light side, you're really listening to the dark side, and you don't have a clue. But hey, that's up for you to reason out and determine for yourself. I'm just putting this out here to ask those of you to listen to that stuff and who might have the wisdom to listen to this short video to start paying attention and see how fast and furious the excuses start coming about why it didn't happen and how they're going to prognosticate it, and they're going to push it out to another date and try and hook you to hang your expectations on that next date, which will also fail, ladies and gentlemen. This channel is for teaching people about cognitive pragmatism and advancing their consciousness beyond this type of dependency tyranny. We have a channel on Patreon where we're doing higher level education because, you see, we're not putting our stuff out here in the public for the thieves from the theosophical camp to steal valid information and twist it with their divine escapist garbage. We're not going to put it out here publicly. We've got it in books. If you don't want to buy the books, do without. If you don't want to pay 1.6 cents a day to review over 300 videos that we have posted on the Patreon site, then don't spend the $5 a month. If you don't want more advanced education on how to transcend through this stuff, which is only $15 a month, which comes out to 50 whole cents a day, to get better educated on what's really taking place on this planet, then wallow in your ignorance, call me the angry man, and do what you want. But this is where the truth is, ladies and gentlemen. So just pay attention to the people you're listening to and watch the excuses start flying, because it's already started. It's Lilu's fault. And for those of you doing the work, stay the course. Don't give up on yourselves.